Good morning, guys. This is the Eternal Phoenix again, coming at you with another video. Okay, so I've been trying so hard to get this out of the state of Texas. So if anybody that's actually subscribed to my channel that's outside of the state of Texas, please share this because this is imperative as fuck. Like, my real name is Destiny Hall. I currently live in Northeast Texas. And I've had enough. I've had enough of being suppressed. I've had enough of being my basic human rights being violated, and my family's human rights being violated. My civil rights have been violated as well because of my ethnicity, because I'm Serbian, Caucasian, Haitian, the whole nine. And so have multiple other people in this city, in this state. So everything that I'm about to say is true, and it's of sound mind, of sound judgment, and to the best of my ability. Governor Abbott and Ken Paxton and former President Trump are sex trafficking minors through the border. And if you're a medium and you're really tapped in and you've heard everything in the ethers going on, and y'all have been trying to figure out what the fuck's been going on, it's because they keep trying to go in and change shit because they don't want their fucking their sex trafficking to be exposed. Okay. Well, little did we know, and we, as in like me and my ancestors and my spirit guides, I was digging around in my Google Drive yesterday, and some information came across. Like, I don't know how it got into my shit, but it's there, and I emailed it to the Department of Defense this morning. Because it was on some of the paperwork, the email address. That's how I got it, DOD. So if you're seeing this, or you actually try to see this, or have been seeing this, that's how I got that email. Because I think it's like an internal thing that you're not really supposed to have, but it was on the paperwork, and I have the proof. And I have the proof that $27 million was supposed to be transferred to me for a settlement that I never received, that the Texarkana Chamber of Commerce embezzled. They hacked my shit. And we weren't even aware of the, like, they did a settlement, and then we weren't even notified or anything of this settlement. But I have the paperwork and the documentation in my possession that somehow just magically appeared yesterday in my shit, which whoever did that, thank you. So yeah, I was reading the news this morning. Okay, and I want to bring some shit to light. Okay, Austin, Texas. A grand jury indicted 19 Austin police officers on charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon for their actions during 2020 protest over racial injustice that spread nationwide following the killing of George Floyd, according to people familiar with the matter. Multiple people spoke to the Associated Press Thursday on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss the case publicly. Why not? Honestly, like, I know that sometimes in certain instances you can't discuss certain case information, but why can't you, like, at least tell the public what's really going on with it? Like, I'm not talking about give, like, the details. Just, why can't you tell us more than just the aggravated assault charges? Austin Police Association President Ken Cassidy, or Ken Paxton, I don't know, confirmed 19 officers are facing charges but did not have details. Okay, so you're charging these police officers, but you can't tell us exactly why they're being docked aggravated assault. Like, you can't tell us, the incident, or, were these officers violent? Because aggravated assault is a big accusation. That's a felony. That's a state jail felony. Multiple people spoke to the Associated Press. Already read that. It ranks among the most indictments on a single police department in the U.S. over tactics used by officers during the widespread protest, methods that led to the resignation or ouster of several police chiefs across the country. I don't know about that. Word of the indictments came hours after Austin city leaders approved paying $10 million to two people injured by police in the protests, including a college student who suffered brain damage after an officer shot him with a beanbag round. Okay, first of all, I don't think that motherfucker was that like, okay, look, those bean bags that they shoot aren't like, they're designed to hit. Like, if you get hit in the head, it's not going to give you brain damage. It's just going to knock you the fuck out. So it'll subdue you if you get knocked in the head. It's not designed to cause brain damage. But they paid $10 million to 2 people injured by the police in the protests. Okay, so what were the 2 police officers' names that injured the 2 people, and what were the 2 people's names? Like, you can't give us that? That's basic intel. That's not giving any more than what's needed. Combined, the charges and settlements amounted to conservative Texas liberal capital of 960,000 people. Taking some of its biggest actions as criticism still simmers over its handling of the protests, which intensified pressure on the police chief Brian Manley to eventually step down. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Were they protesting in Texas, or are you talking about the protests where George Floyd was murdered at? That's a $1 million question. Okay. It says Jose Garza, the district attorney for Travis County, which includes Austin, spoke to journalists Thursday afternoon about the grand jury investigation, but gave no specifics about it, including how many officers are facing charges and for what crimes. Why? That is basic. It's not giving details into the investigation, but you are legally bound by law to tell the press. When it comes to shit like this, like, you have a right to tell the people. Like, that's good journalism. And then for them to tell you that it's it says our community is safer when our community trusts enforcement. When it believes law enforcement follows the law and protects the people who live here. Garza said there cannot be trust if there's no accountability when law enforcement breaks the law. Like, y'all cannot even word a fucking paragraph properly, apparently. Spokesperson. Okay, what is this spokesperson's name? Ishmael Martinez, Travis County District Attorney's Office, declined to comment on the number of officers charged and referred reporters to Garza's comments. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Are they being tried for aggravated assault, or are they being tried for sexual, are y'all trying to cover up the fact that they denied taking your fucking bribe? They stood up for this shit. They stood up. It wasn't about that. This is being covered up. It says prosecutors who have not identified any of the officers facing charges. Why not? Texas law. This is what it says. Texas law requires that an indictment remains secret until an officer has been arrested. I thought all indictments were supposed to be documented for this reason, to be for public access, or for, I don't know, anybody else's access, like the FBI, like the DOD, like the CO, like fucking COD. It don't fucking matter. Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon when committed by a public servant could carry a sentence of up to life prison. In prison? No, not even. It's a state jail felony. It's a Class C state jail felony, regardless of your fucking position, unless you're actual official, which is like a judge, a constable, a mayor, those people. Okay, for a police officer, it shouldn't be no more than the regular actual felony. Ever. A life sentence for aggravated assault. So they're going to put you in prison for, one, standing up for what you believe in, for stopping human trafficking that's going down, because I'm a medium. I know, I've seen it, and everybody else has too, but they can't put their fucking finger on it, and nobody here in the great state of Texas can get out to Washington. Because they're hacking our internet, they're intercepting emails, and I have proof of that. I have the document in my possession that, I don't know, maybe came from Elon Musk, who owned the DeVry University in Irving. So CERN, if you see this right now, day shift, get your shit together, because night shift has been doing their fucking job. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but y'all, it's not bullshit. They have been trying to tell y'all what the hell's going on. In day shift, God forbid, everybody knows about day shift. If you work in any establishment, day shift never gets shit done. And then night shift is left with the fucking aftermath of the shit that they didn't get done. So, stop playing with the fucking ball at your desk, whoever the fuck you are, in real time. Put it down. And get to fucking work. God damn it. There's kids and shit being sex trafficked and all kinds of shit. Like, it's fucking horrible here. And y'all are just, like, playing at your fucking desk with a ball in your hand. Imagine that. You're playing with your balls. Imagine that. Cassidy, the president of the Austin Police Association, called the move devastating for law enforcement in the city, but also said he's confident that no officer will be convicted. So, you're charging them, but you're confident that they're not going to be convicted. That sounds sketchy as fuck. That's sketchier than the drug deal at the fucking local Sonic. And that's the thing, it's just like, just back away, it's not our problem. It is our problem. This is our problem, because people are starving to death. We're struggling. Like, we're struggling to make ends meet. Like, right now, I have been suppressed so badly, I can't even go get a job if I wanted to, because they fucked my car up. That alone says everything. They paid my fucking my friends, like, the whole nine. It's bad. Because I'm a pain in their ass, and they knew that I could fucking tear down their precious goddamn society. Fucking Cade Mayo, a.k.a. Stephen Raffaelli. He criticized Garza, calling the investigation politically motivated. Now, you guys, this is what I just pictured, the Django movie, okay? He's like, now, guys, I'm not saying... He's like, I'm not saying your wife... Like, we don't appreciate the mask that your wife did. He's like, all I hear is criticize, criticize, criticize. It says DA Garza ran on a platform to indict police officers and has not missed the opportunity to ruin lives and careers simply to fulfill a campaign promise. Has not missed the opportunity to ruin lives and careers simply to fulfill a campaign promise. That says everything. Garza said his office prosecutes anybody who causes harm regardless of who causes it. What? Garza said his office prosecutes anybody who causes harm, regardless of who causes it. Y'all need to go back to school. Somebody get them a fucking goddamn vocabulary and a thesaurus, please. And a goddamn dumbass hat. Respectfully to Fox News, they're doing this on purpose, by the way. This is like their SOS. They're like, hey, y'all need to take a look. Like, little fucking Tink Tink over here is being stupid. Just saying. Austin Chief of Police Joseph Chacon, who took the job, or is it Chacon? There we go, Chacon, who took the job after Manley left, said he respects the grand jury process, but was extremely disappointed to hear the district attorney announce anticipated indictments of his officers. He stressed that his command staff had prepared officers to face hundreds of people when thousands actually showed up to protest that he said were at times righteous and violent. All I heard was fucking Juice WRLD's Righteous song just now. Like, and and people in white tuxedos and shit. Fighting the police. God. I'm not aware of any conduct that, given the circumstances that the officers were working under, would arise to the level of criminal violation by these officers. Motherfucker, you were using beanbag fucking bullets, and then you want to charge them for fucking aggravated assault for doing the... You're doing like they did the fucking Templars. You're fucking... That is horrible. And yes, the Templars were done that way. Respectfully to them and their death. But the thing is, it's like that given the circumstances that the officers were working under would arise to the level of a criminal violation by these officers. They're literally They literally just said that they were using beanbag bullets to, I don't know, control the crowd, okay? And now they're being aggravated, they're being charged with aggravated assault for the job that you told them to do. Are you fucking kidding me? It's right there in black and white. Yes. Whoever who just said that energetically. There you go. Police Chief Chacon. No way. Yeah, way. They're literally being charged for the job that they were told to do. What the fuck? That's like the coffee guy getting fired or whatever for not getting too, like, he got the coffee to the point that you wanted it. Like, that is fucking insane at its finest, and you just think it's funny to ruin people's lives. But there it is. But beanbag rounds fired by officers did not always perform in the manner anticipated. The fuck is that supposed to mean? Chacon said, and his agency now prohibits the use of less lethal munitions in crowd control situations. So if you have less lethal munitions, why the fuck are you using beanbag bullets then, huh? Answer me that shit. You dumb motherfucker. The settlements approved Thursday are among them. So, like, we go from protesting to 2 settlements. So, which is it? Because I have a feeling that the fucking reporter was just, I don't know, quoting everything that... Technically not taking it out of context, but putting it in a different light. Thank you to the journalist that did this. The settlements approved Thursday are among the largest paid to people who were injured by police across the U.S. during massive protests that followed Floyd's death. The largest of the Austin settlements gives $8 million to Justin Howell, who was 20 years old when the police shot him with a beanbag round. Family members told that the AP following the incident that Howell suffered a cracked skull and brain damage, leaving him in critical condition for multiple days. My ass. Bobby Howell. Following the incident, cracked skull. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's some little intel, some education for you fuckheads. Those beanbags are designed that if they have to be used in these instances, they won't crack your skull. If you're hit in the head, it'll just subdue you. Not in critical condition. You'd have to actually get hit with a fucking bullet. You idiots. Shh. The city will also pay $2 million to Anthony Evans, who was 26 when an Austin police officer shot him with a beanbag round in a separate incident, which resulted in extensive medical treatment in his jaw. In a separate incident that wasn't even related to these protests. So you mean, so this is what I just saw, and I think everybody energetically could agree with me, that they just saw somebody knock the fuck out of this dude. Anthony Evans, I don't know, Emily Phillips' ex-boyfriend from Texarkana, Texas. What'd they do? They beat the fuck out of you, didn't they? But they didn't pay you, did they? Well, there you go. Anthony Evans. There's that for you. I'll fucking narc on a fucking crooked ass judicial system any day. Cause street is street, motherfucker. There's one thing in selling drugs and doing what you have to survive than fucking suppressing people, murdering them, beating them up, extorting them, and stealing their money. And making it look like they have a court hearing and a settlement. Elon Musk. Austin Mayor Steve Adler said that settlements remind us of a real difficult and painful moment in our city. A representative for the Howell family did not immediately respond to a question for comment. It is the latest reflection of how 2 years after the protests that swept across the country, cities are still addressing the injuries and tactics used by police. Okay, yeah, because this is like 3-ring circus. Like, here's the United States. We're in our own little box. Some of us are trying to get out of that box and run, like, far the fuck away. Like, all the way away. Like, I'm, like, about tempted to go steal a fucking boat from Academy, like a little rowboat, and try to fucking, yeah, just Jack Sparrow that shit the fuck out of the United States. For real. Because fuck this shit. It says, earlier this month, prosecutors announced charges against 2 Dallas police officers accused of injuring demonstrators after firing less lethal munitions. So you're prosecuting people for doing their fucking job that you told them to do. It says, after the protest in Austin, the police chief Manley later said Howell was not the intended target after an altercation in a crowd, which he said involved people who threw objects at line of officers. So they used the force necessary to, I don't know, what is it called when you control the crowd? They have at any time, if a police officer's fucking life is at stake, they have the authorization to use force if necessary. Meaning, at that point, if it gets more violent than the fucking beanbags that they're using, they have the right to use force. Lethal force. Like, are y'all fucking retarded? No offense to people that are actually, gifted in talent, in special needs, but how stupid are you? Like, if they threw objects at a line of officers, they have the authorization to use excessive force, and then you want to charge them for using that excessive force when you told them to? You gave the order, not them. They were following your direct orders, you fuckers. Authorities have said that led to the officers firing at the mass of protesters from above. So, did they fire with bullets or did they fire with beanbags? David Frost, who captured on video the moments after Howell was shot, told the AP that he saw protesters throwing fist-sized rocks and water bottles at the line of police on an overpass. Then he saw Howell fall. He was bleeding heavily and went into a seizure, Frost said at the time. So did a rock hit him or did a beanbag? Because I have a feeling that a rock accidentally hit him. And y'all are just fucking trying to figure out a way to get fucking money. Because you're broke, busted, and disgusted. The settlements are the second and third payments awarded among a dozen lawsuits filed in Austin that have claimed injuries from the protests. Okay, Austin, Texas, if you are energetically tapped in and you are if you are an AMORC member, my name is Destiny Hall. I am a member of the AMORC, and currently, y'all, if I am not mistaken, AMORC has red and, I don't know, black and white colors. Why is your page blue, by the way? Traditional Martinists, blue, here in Texas. And it's supposed to be red. So, I don't know, blue, Masonic. But here, let me continue, because I'm almost done. So a dozen lawsuits filed in Austin that have claimed injuries from the protests. Earlier this month, okay, so George Floyd, respectfully to George Floyd, was murdered, or, supposed murdered 2 years ago, correct? And they protested. Why has it taken them this long they haven't even gotten them filed, I think. They're saying they did. It's just as good, right? Apparently, a half-assed job is just as good, apparently, to the state of Texas. Not to the people, but to its government. Just saying, because I don't know about y'all, my fellow Texans, but we don't do half-ass jobs, and we kick ass and chew bubblegum, and we all out of bubblegum at this point. Earlier this month, the Austin American Statesman, what the actual fuck? Like, come on, Fox News, y'all trolling. Y'all are trolling at this point. Y'all are just like, hey, here. Like, goddamn. reported that a $150,000 settlement was approved for a woman named Ariana Chavez, who was shot in the head with less lethal munition, resulting in a concussion. So, what'd y'all do? Hit him with, like, feathered pillows and got him a concussion? I'm just saying, because that'd be, like, less lethal than a beanbag. Y'all had a pillow fight? Is that what happened? Did y'all have a pillow fight and somebody got pissed off because they got knocked the fuck out? That's what I mean, literally, less lethal munition. Is it ammunition? It's ammunition, you dumb fucks. The fuck is munition? America. God. At least 19 people were hospitalized in Austin following the protest. So we got 19 officers being indicted and 19 people were hospitalized. So was it the officers that were hospitalized or I'm confused. Like, not by Fox, but they're literally just for Fox News' sake, because the media gets a lot of fucking shitty. There are some reporters out there that still do their job, but I think this reporter was just like literally wrote it in their own words, but added the fuckery into it just shits and laughs because it's just ridiculous. 11 officers were disciplined for their actions in the early summer protests, with 7 additional officers placed on administrative duty. Okay, so we went from 19 officers, then we went to 18, and then now we're back to and then we had 11. What the fuck? Do y'all even know the numbers of whatever the fuck? Probably not. You probably can't even tie your own goddamn shoes at this point. Somebody get Governor Abbott some fucking Velcro shoes. Oh, wait. He's in a wheelchair. My bad. Somebody get Kim Paxton fucking Chutes and Ladders in a goddamn corner. Put their asses in timeout because they're fucking stupid. And somebody give the Cheeto a grave. Because I'm fucking done with this shit. Like, just the amount of stupid. Fucking. Oh my god. Ron White, here's your sign. Be like, respectfully to Ron White, be like, you got a flat? No, the other 3 just swelled right up on me. Here's your sign. Be like, hey, did you hear about such getting hit with the beanbag? Beanbag? Are you talking about that pillow fight that went down last Sunday? Literally is what I fucking just heard. Like the Sunday Revival fucking Thunderdome pillow fight edition, and now they're suing people for it. It's literally literally, like, and respectfully to our police officers, because I'm all for backing the blue for the right reasons. I'm all for backing law enforcement and our judges and our attorneys for the right reasons if you're doing it the correct way. But it's obvious that they're not doing their fucking job. They don't even know if they got hit with beanbags. They didn't know which way it was coming, okay? They didn't know if they were going to get hit with a beanbag or a pillow or what, but they were just like, fuck it, let's do it anyway. Like, ye fucking haul, hold my beer, watch this shit type energy. I mean, it's just... I mean, like, our freaking rights are being infringed on, and it's up to us to speak up, to say something. I don't know what's going on in other states. I know what's going on in Texas, and it's not pretty. Okay? Obviously, they're getting mad, and they're having pillow fights and shit, and they're like, oh, nana, nana, boo-boo. But in other states... I mean, I'm kind of curious as to what else is going on in other states, too. Like, what's really going on? Like, I think their Agenda 21 that they were trying to push so hard isn't working out the way they wanted to, because we got people that are actually thinking for themselves again, instead of being, I don't know, blindly led to the slaughterhouse. And I'm thinking of Blood in the Water. The price of your grades, this is your sons and your daughters. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your sons and your daughters. So, I am the Eternal Phoenix, and this is an SOS again for anybody out there in Radio Land listening. Good morning, Vietnam. That's specifically from Robin Williams from The Other Side of the Veil. I'm rising above, and you should do the same.